Hi, welcome to Bookie. Today we will unlock the book Hold On to Your Kids. Many parents are often trapped in deep anxiety when faced with issues around their children's growth. As children grow older, they talk back more easily and lose their temper more often. Parents can even find themselves unable to communicate with their children as they purposefully do things against their parents' will. The obedience and intimacy from childhood now sees itself gone and has been replaced by rebellion and alienation. Parents may try all kinds of methods to respond, but in vain. They become more and more exhausted when it increasingly becomes hard to educate their children. Parents think they know their children well, but when something wrong happens, they come to regard their children as strangers who cannot be understood. You must be wondering what is happening to children? Hold On to Your Kids will discuss this issue with you. The book begins with an analysis of the relationship problems hidden behind children's behaviors by revealing their internal desires for emotional attachment. The authors believe that the attachment between parents and children is the foundation of family education. When children's hearts are ignored and not acknowledged by parents, they gradually become estranged from parents, which results in the weakening or breaking in parent-child relationships. Terrible parent-child relationships cause children to transfer their attachment needs from parents to peers. They might even be misguided by immature peers. At the same time, this transfer of attachment also makes children instinctively fight with their parents, making parenting more difficult. So what can we do to get children to respond to proper parenting and help them grow up healthily? This bookie will give you some advice on building an intimate relationship with your children and choosing an appropriate parenting style. We hope this will help you solve the puzzle of parent-child relationships. This book was co-authored by Neufeld and Gabor Maté. Dr. Neufeld is a Canadian child developmental psychologist. He has devoted himself to studying the development of children and teenagers. He is also a leading international expert in child development with over 40 years of research experience and achievements. He is skilled at viewing the essence of phenomena and seeking simple behavioral laws from complicated behaviors. Maté is a best-selling author whose books have been translated into 25 languages and have become huge hits around the world. Now we will cover this book in 3 parts. Part 1: Why is parenting difficult? Part 2: How does the alienation of parent-child relationships affect children? Part 3: How to build an intimate parent-child relationship. Neufeld points out that the act of parents neglecting parent-child relationships is hidden behind children's intractable behavioral problems. When children are close to their parents, they trust their parents, open up their hearts, and feel satisfied and safe about the world. However, when the relationship suffers as children cannot gain the right response and understanding from their parents, they are quick to rebel and fight. If parents only care about their children's performances and grades, such as having conflicts with their children over studying, the parent-child relationship will inevitably get worse. Imagine a scene in which a 12-year-old boy named Jeremy who did not finish his homework by 8 p.m. Though his father reminded him to do so several times, he still decided to chat with his friends on the computer and ignored his father's words. Jeremy's father then became very angry and asked him to do his homework immediately, but Jeremy shouted at him, "Stop bugging me." Soon, they began to argue with each other louder and louder. Finally, Jeremy yelled at his father, "You don't understand anything," then slammed his door. This scene might be familiar to many parents. Throughout the years, children become reluctant to communicate with their parents and dislike them talking to them too much. Parents become upset and helpless because of their children's indifference and hostility. Conversely, children are happy with their peers and can chat with them day and night. As such, parents might think that this is because their children have grown older and that this is normal in the process of growing up. They have not realized that there is something wrong with the parent-child relationship, and that their children are not attached to them any longer. Many parents may ask themselves the following: we gave birth to them and raised them,